Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigval Green here, and today I'm going to go over phase 3 yet again, because I have made previously a video on how to survive phase 3 as a beginner. Now we are going to talk about on how to actually defeat phase 3 as a beginner, because there's a team that is easy enough to put together and is going to be able to tank through phase 3. Of course, it's not going to be the best team for phase 3, because the best team for phase 3 would be to have a strong tank that can get through the hazards, that being a very well upgraded Dr. Fate, but most people are not going to have that for a long time. So in this strategy we are going to use Hellboy in order to defeat phase 3 as a tank, because he heals from that damage, and at the same time we are going to separate this video into sides. First of all, I'm going to talk about how to specifically fight phase 3 using this strategy. And after we are done with talking about that, if you are able to one-shot phase 3, you will go to phase 4. And you are actually going to be able to one-shot both phases if your Kill-Plant Sakome is strong enough. So we are going to talk about how to play in phase 3 with the strategy, and then how to transition into phase 4 and maybe also defeat phase 4 with the strategy. This is the double phase 3 plus phase 4 with Kill-Plant Sakome, and yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, dislike it if you dislike it, maybe subscribe for more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, so this is going to be on 0.5 speed, so that I have more time to explain in depth to you what I'm doing here. I'm going to be using Hellboy and Kill-Plant Sakome and Power Girl. Hellboy and Kill-Plant Sakome obviously are must-have characters in this team, but you can replace Power Girl with Dr. Fate. That will also do fine. And over here I'm going to use on Hellboy the Father Box, and that will of course help me to do a gap closer faster and connect to Brainiac faster at some points, but you can totally do this without Firebox. Also, I'm going to be using the All Blades on Kill-Plant Sakome. If you're not using the All Blades, the gameplay will be exactly the same, but you will of course deal less damage. So, contradictory to the last strategy that we used over here, and that was using Emerald Green, using just John Stewart Green Lantern to get them in the left corner and not get power drained. Over here we're going to hug the right corner and let that dot damage us, and because Hellboy will heal from that. Though do keep in mind, in order to be able to use this strategy efficiently, you will need to play pretty well, because with Hellboy you can do mistakes. You can see over here that I got hit with a super move by Brainiac. You are allowed to do that because you will eventually be able to heal that off. And my Hellboy is, by the way, just 3 stars, like 15k health and 75% defense, so he's not extremely tanky, and I'm still able to survive this decently well. But you'll need to be very careful with Kill-Plant Sakome, because your Kill-Plant Sakome will always be at 1% health, because he stays in the dot damage. So if you do one mistake, your Kill-Plant Sakome is going to die, like I almost did over here. When he changes class, he might block the next thing you do, so it's a little bit of a dangerous thing. So things to keep in mind. Get your tagging combos right. Tagging will never fail on Brainiac as long as you do not do them during his status change, when he changes his stats from agility, tech and stuff like that. So as long as you don't do that there, then you will have no problems tagging him properly. Do a tag in, do a special move, and then get out, because you will not be able to stand and fight even if you don't have the All Blades. So yeah, doing the combo, tagging in Hellboy. As you can see, my Hellboy was at some point near death, and now he's almost full health, because he's able to regenerate while staying in that dot damage. Okay, gapping in with the combo yet again, finishing it in a swipe right, tagging Kill-Plant Sakome, swipe right, tap 3 times, swipe right, and then use a special tree. Right now I continue it with the swipe right and tap 3 times and swipe right, because of the fact that I have the All Blades and I want to maximize the efficiency of the All Blades, and that means tagging in and out a lot. If you don't have the All Blades, you can do a long combo like tap 3 times swipe right, tap 3 times swipe right, after you use a special tree with Kill-Plant Sakome, but you will need to make sure the opponent is in the corner for that to work properly. And yeah, with Kilm's Land Sakomen, you should start off with 2 special 2s, even a third special 3 if you are unable to get the power to use a special 3 at the point. So even 3 special 2s until you eventually naturally are going to be able to get power to use your special 3. Right here, I left Kianflant Sakomen in the fight. It was by mistake. In this situation, you have 2 options. When Brainiac uses super move, you can tag either Hellboy if you think he's healthy enough to tank it, or tag your third character. But if you can tag Power Girl and Dr. Fate and they get killed by super move, your Kianflant Sakomen might get tagged in after that, and you might reach the absolute same outcome. So yeah, by using this strategy, Brainiac is going to die at this point, and we are going to move on to what you should do if you actually manage to pull this off and enter phase 4. So yeah, now let's get into that. So your phase 4 experience can be very easy or very catastrophic if you don't know how to manage it. First of all, first thing you do is swipe back and get your Kingsland Sakomen out of there and tag in your Hellboy. You'll need to do this because of the fact that most likely at this point your Kingsland Sakomen will have 0 HP, and even though Brainiac over here does not use abilities except for the super move, your Kingsland Sakomen is going to die by 1 hit. And right now we are going to use the super move to block his super move. Kingsland Sakomen super move will block the enemy from using a super move himself, and that way Brainiac will not be able to finish the fight. And after you use your super move, yet again back off while blocking and tagging your tank. Also, a thing to keep in mind is that it's very important how you will leave phase 3, because of the fact that in order to be able to do this, when you leave phase 3, Brainiac must not be at full power, because if he's at full power, he will do the super move straight away as you enter in phase 4 and he will finish the fight. And at the same time, you need to make sure that your Kingsland Sakomen is going to have more power than Brainiac, so he gets access to his super move faster. The safest way to do this also, because your Kingsland Sakomen might die after using his super move, is to have him not die the first fight in phase 3, a thing that I didn't really manage to do myself very well, but you can handle it. And from now on, it's going to be more or less exactly the same gameplay as it was in phase 3, but it's going to be a little bit easier because Brainiac is not going to use abilities. You will of course have a timer in which you can finish this fight, because after the debuff expires that does not let him use super move, you will of course use his super move and kill your whole team. So yeah, take care with that. You are on a timer at this point, but this is perfectly manageable. My Kingsland Sakomen is going to be level 60 gears, but yes indeed I will have level 10 tab, I give you that. So now that this is over, let's go into some specific combos that I have used in this fight, and let's break down each and every one of them and explain them a little bit better so you guys understand. So yeah, let's get into that after the score is done. Yeah, that's the score. That's my total damage. If you're interested, let's get into the specific combos now. So yeah, as I have said previously, the first thing that you need to do is get him to the right corner. The right corner is going to be the place where all the magic happens, and until he gets there you can't really begin dealing damage to him. So yeah, use your Hellboy to get him to the right corner. Should be easy enough, I guess. So yeah, now we're gonna go over the special 2s with Kingsland Sakomen. With Kingsland Sakomen, when he uses special 2s, actually he's going to gain power, because he will use only 2 power by special 2, and by the time he tags back in he'll have much more than that 2 power. So you'll need to tag in from a swipe right, tap 3 times, swipe right, and go into a special 2. You could do this with less basic attacks because the special 2 has a long animation, and by the time it is over you can tag back in anyway. But it's better to do this way. So do your combos as ever you wish with Hellboy. Make sure you tag Kingsland Sakomen from a swipe right and then use a special 2 until you are able to actually use a special 3 instead, and that will eventually happen. And after you use that special 2 with Kinflan Sakomen, you should tag in Hellboy, swipe back and block, though this will not work every single time, and as it did not work for me here, maybe I did something wrong indeed, your Hellboy will take some damage, but most of the time this should work, and this is not going to be a long-term problem, since you are going to do this only like once to like 3 times the fight or 2 times the fight. Other than that, when we shift into using special trees with Quick Implant Sakomen, Hellboy is going to have a much easier time tagging in. Okay, now after you are done with the special 2s, and you'll be done with the special 2s as soon as you are able to do a special 3, meaning you have enough power to do so, what you'll do is you'll tag Kingsland Sakomen in from a swipe right of Hellboy and use a special 3. After you use a special 3, you will follow up with the swipe right, tapping 3 times swipe right, and then you can tag Hellboy into a swipe right, tapping 2 times and backing off. Well, that didn't even sound clear to me, so let's go over it in slow motion. Okay, so as you see over here, I did my combo finishing with the swipe right in terms of Hellboy, tagging Kingsland Sakomen in swipe right, tap 1, 2, 3 times, swipe right again, and then use a special 3. After that special 3, I continue with the swipe right, tap 1, 2, 3 times, and swipe right yet again. And after that, I tag in Hellboy, swipe right, and he's going to interrupt me. So yeah, this is going to be pretty much it with Hellboy. You go after tagging with a swipe right, tap 3 times and then back off. Though let's take a look at this again. Over here I'm able to tag in after this because I will gap close with Hellboy in. Tap 1, 2, 3 times. Swipe right, tag in. Use a special 3 after tagging in. Actually starting with a swipe right, tap 3 times, swipe right, into a special 3, as you can see over here, into a swipe right, tap 3 times, swipe right, and then I'm going to tag in Hellboy yet again. And this time you'll see the full extent of that combo. Swipe right, tap 1, 2, 3 times, and then back off and wait for an opportunity. Well, of course, it's not going to be the same in every single fight because it depends on the stat changes that Brainiac is going to go through, because those are going to interrupt your combos, but that is pretty much what you will do the entire fight. Try to tag in Kingsland Sakomen from a swipe right of Hellboy, and after that use a special 3 into the combo that I did show you. And lastly, we are going to talk about how to prepare for phase 4. So what you need to do is to make sure you kill Brainiac when you two have similar power, and his power is not close to doing the super move, because that of course will one-shot your whole team. And after you get into phase 4, of course get back and tag in your Hellboy, like I talked about that before, and then tagging Kingsland Sakomen from a swipe right yet again, and use the super move to lock Brainiac. And from then it's going to be pretty much exactly the same combo that I have showed you so far. So yeah, this was pretty much it for this guide. I have in one video taught you how to beat phase 3 and then transition to phase 4 and hopefully do some damage over there, and maybe in time you get to the point where you are able to one-shot it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to support the channel, dislike it if you dislike it, and I'll see you in the next one.